Gosh dang it. Hey there, SirCrow Itachi InAnime here with a new video about One Piece manga chapter 1072. This is now my third video of the series. The first video was a summary of what happened from the end of Wano to chapter 1070. I talked about my first impression, theories, quality. The second video was about chapter 1071 and I'll talk about why I think Enel will appear and why he is the mystery call, but probably that theory will be crushed. So, with any more to say, let's start. So Vegapunk doesn't want to tell Bonney what happened to Kuma because he will hurt Bonney hear the truth. I really don't know what's the secret. I think some of those memories is the past of Kuma, since he is called Kuma the Tyrant. It would mean that before joining the Revolutionary Army, he was an evil being. Who knows? Probably Bonney is not Kuma's real daughter, but an adopted one. This kind of reminds me of the relationship between Odin and Loki. Remember that before Odin having Thor and Loki? He was a ruler, a conqueror, a tyrant, but his heart softened at some point. This can be an analogy of what happened to Kuma. Probably Kuma killed a city and the only survivor was Bonney as a baby. Kuma softened his heart and adopted her. This truth will hurt Bonney probably. This is where my mind was blown. Stussy was a triple secret agent. This manga confirmed that Stussy is really a clone of Miss Buckingham from the Rock Pirates, and I have a lot of questions, so let's analyze this in subcategories. Alright, so the manga confirms that she was created by the old scientific group called MATS. It says that this clone experiment was the first successful subject. Who are the members of this group? As we can see in the front page of manga 1070, we can see from the left Queen from Kaido's crew, Caesar Clone from Pan Hazard's arc, Vegapunk, Beansmoke's judge, Sanji's father, and a girl who is presumably Stussy. My first question is, did Mats, meaning all those who I mentioned, created Stussy? And if that's so, why did they separate it? If they created Stussy, that means that they know also how to make clones, which throughout the series we can see they don't know. Meaning that most likely Vegapunk is the only one who knows how to make a perfect clone, and going with Vegapunk knowing how to make a clone. The other question is, once you make a clone, do they know their past memories? If that's so, does Stussy knows that Vegapunk knows about the corruption of the government? Meaning that the reason why Stussy infiltrated the government through the CPO is Stussy the mystery call? Well, that probably is true, but I still have faith in this Enel, so we can have a battle between lights. A battle between Enel and Kizaru. Oda must be intelligent to introduce clonification to the One Piece world. There must be limits to make a clone. We know that Vegapunk was able to clone Kuma and also the old Shichibukais. Now, we know that Stussy is another clone. My theory is this. What does these clones have in common? All of the original swords are alive. Kuma, Mihawk, Hancock, Jinbe, all the Shichibukais are alive. I believe that in order to make a clone, one must still be alive. I believe that the Shichibukai must have give some DNA at some point, like blood, and Vegapunk keep making his research and experiments, and that's why the Seraphim exists. But wait, SirCrow, how about Stussy? Didn't Roger and Garp destroy the Rock Pirates? Yes and no. I think Garp and Roger killed the Captain Pirates Sebek, Captain John, Seal X, and Wang Shi. However, we know that Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Miss Baking, Golden Lion Shiki, and probably Shaki are alive. My theory is this, I think right now there are two Stussys or two Miss Buckingham in the One Piece world, as well as there are two Boa Hancock or two Mihawks, the original Shichibukai and the Seraphim. But who is the original Stussy? Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the common One Piece theory. Miss Baking is the old and original version of Stussy. Let me explain. We know that Miss Baking was in the original crew of Rock Pirates. She was once the lover of Whitebeard. I think somehow Vegapunk managed to have Miss Baking's DNA to make a clone and create Stussy. Take a look of the name Miss Buckingham. It is an English name. When you put this in Japanese, automatically it converts into katakana, which will in Romanji be Buckingham. Who reminds us of this name? Exactly, none other than Miss Baking, Whitebeard's presumably lover, which, if this theory is correct, they were indeed lovers. So that's my theory. Stussy and Miss Baking are the same person. Okay, so what about Weevil? Is he really Whitebeard's son? Remember, most likely Vegapunk could have made clones of the original crew of Rock Pirates, meaning that Matt could have created a second version of Big Mom, Sebek, Shiki, and yes, you guessed it, Whitebeard was cloned. However, Whitebeard is dead, meaning that the clonification couldn't work at perfection. That's why I believe that Weevil is Whitebeard clone, but an imperfect clone. That's why Weevil has these scars or these imperfection in his bodies. Would that mean that there could be other clones? Yes. And this is the hard part, because it will be a really mess if there are no limits or understanding of how clones can be made. Let's start with the Rock Pirates. Taking aside Shiki, John, Soul X, and Wong, Big Mom could have been cloned. There is a probability that Bonney could be Big Mom's clone. I'm not sure, but there is a possibility. I believe they couldn't do it with Kaido because he has a strong skin. Sebek, what about him? There's a theory that Blackbeard could be the clone version of Sebek, but I don't believe this. Some say that Caribou is the clone, but it must be an imperfect clone. That would also connect with the theory that Caribou is Blackbeard's spy. What about other clones like Roger Pirates? Was Roger clone? Alright, in order to answer this question, I think we need to theorize when did Matt or Vegapunk perfected clones, which I believe is during time skip, meaning that he couldn't clone anyone before time skip, or at least not having perfect clones. Weevil is an imperfect, and therefore Vegapunk can't take control on him. Vegapunk most likely is a revolutionary army. That would make perfect sense why Stussy was infiltrated in the CPO. Are there more clones infiltrated in the government or in other parts? Who knows? Probably. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my video. Remember to subscribe to see more about this kind of videos. Thumbs up if you liked the video. With anything else to say, hope you have a fantastic day and see you in the next video. Matane.